What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. In the last video we de-restricted this Honda CB650 and we put a full exhaust system on it, a new air filter, and modified the intake trumpets. Now today's the day we get to take it to the tuner, get it actually de-restricted via the tune. We can actually rev this thing out, see how much power it makes. Leave your comments below, let me know what you think this thing's going to make. Let's get to the dyno. And if you own a Honda 650, make sure you click that subscribe button, because the mods on this thing have only just begun and there's a whole lot more to come. So if you didn't watch the last video, like I said, we did do a full exhaust system on this, which is just an Amazon bolt-on, and to be honest, it's not bad. It definitely doesn't sound amazing, but we also haven't been able to rev the bike properly yet, so we'll find out soon. We also opted for a DNA filter. That's one thing I was not going to let him buy cheap. Obviously that's a really crucial part of the engine, and I want this thing to be healthy. And then the last piece of the puzzle was de-restricting the intake trumpets or stacks or whatever you want to call them, because they are extremely choked up on this bike from the factory. So I showed you guys how to do that completely free. So I'm heading over to BC Performance in Sydney. These guys are going to de-restrict this thing properly so we can give it all the berries, see how much power it makes, and this bike's going to be a whole lot more fun. Now another thing I'm going to chat to the guys about is the gearing on this bike, because it seems like it's revving really high. Now I'm assuming that's just because when it's restricted it needs the gearing to help it move. Now that we've opened it up and going to make probably close to double the power, we might be able to gear it down a little bit just to get that RPM down. This thing sounds like it's screaming. I mean, the rather loud exhaust probably isn't helping the situation. Why would you drive a car? We are back on the bike. It's finished its dyno day and it's feeling pretty good. We've obviously got rid of that engine light. Now before I tell you the power figures, let's just go for a bit of a ride and let you listen to this thing. just quickly, a huge thank you to the guys at BC Performance for getting this thing done first thing in the morning. Alright guys, over the last couple of videos I've really been struggling to give you the best possible content, and that's because my laptop is really struggling. So I reached out to LAWTON Tech Solutions, and they do all types of IT services, repairs, upgrades, and everything all the way up to your custom builds. So I've left a link below if you guys want to check him out, because he's doing a RAM upgrade on mine so that I can really step up the content. Go and check him out. This thing sounds so cool now. Oh, those big cracks and pops on the D-cell. Now that wasn't quite full throttle in first gear, and it started lifting the front wheel. I did not expect that. Kind of fun. It's not a stupid amount of power. I mean, for a beginner rider it's probably a little bit much, but coming from a powerful bike or fast bike, this would be a really good track bike. Really good usable power, and makes all the good sounds now as well. Alright, I know what you're here for, but before I tell you how much power this thing made, I'm just going to ask you really nicely, please click that subscribe button. It costs you absolutely nothing. I'd really appreciate it. Help build the channel so we can do a lot more things like this and much bigger projects to come. Alright guys, so for everyone here, I can tell you that this Honda CB650 made 87 horsepower, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's almost double the factory power of one of these things. It definitely feels like double the power, and it just feels so much nicer, much more rideable. Now with the parts we used and my labour not included, under $2,000 well and truly, and we've doubled the horsepower of this bike. That is awesome. Not only have we made more power, the bike honestly just feels a lot smoother. It was already quite smooth, but the power delivery now is just really linear. Even in top gear, you just roll it on and it actually pulls now in a really smooth manner. There's no dead spots, so well done to the guys at BC Performance. And I believe the next part I'm installing on this bike will be the factory style quick shifter. So if you're interested in seeing that, make sure you click that subscribe button, and I'll show you guys how easy it is to install a quick shifter on this. It's literally a plug and play style thing with a couple of little settings. I'm going to call this video a complete success. It is exactly what I expected it to be power wise. The bike overall definitely feels better than I expected, but it did make the power I kind of had planned for and told the owner, and it's exactly what the guys at BC expected it to make. And there's also some links in the description for all the parts and tools I've used to do the mods on this bike. Of course, there's a link to check out the guys at BC Performance, and there's also another link to my website if you guys want to check out the merch, any of this beautiful stuff, and also roast coffee fresh on order. You guys can try it out for yourselves. But that is going to do it for now, guys. If you did enjoy this video or you found it helpful, I would really appreciate if you click that like button, subscribe, leave a comment, let us know what you think. Tell us what you think of the exhaust. It's a bit loud, isn't it? But we'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye!